Hello and welcome to the Simpson Storm Coaches Show. I'm Gabe Gilson. Today we're being joined by head baseball coach Ben Blake. He is the coach of the Storm. The Storm are 12-5 overall, 5-0 in the Iowa Conference. Also, first time they've done that since 1999. Coach Blake, didn't know that. Thanks for coming on and talking to us today. Coach, last week had a 3-game set against Loras. Got great pitching performances from Chris Dorff, Mike Heiser, and Paul Brown. All had two of them had complete games on the mound. What does it mean to have guys that can start games like that and go the whole way?
Oh, it means a ton, and just in the conference in general, to have 3 solid pitchers is a blessing. And these guys have been workhorses for us all year. We kind of knew they were going to be. Chris Dorff's just a rubber arm. He never wants to come out of the game. We kind of felt like he was down there in the 8th, and we needed really to get a little work as well. He came in and pitched well. Then Mike and Paul, we knew we'd have a good shot the next day. I mean, just from a standpoint of going into every game knowing you at least got a shot because your pitching's going to keep you in, it's always a good feeling.
In addition to the good pitching, you had a great performance out of Trent Savela. He went 9 of 9 at the plate. Talk about his impact being a first-year player and kind of his story coming to Simpson College.
Trent was a surprise for us this year. He had actually, he and his brother both had played at Co. As freshmen and sophomores, and then they both transferred to Simpson, but Trent had decided not to play, so sat out his junior year. And then last year approached me and wanted to come out. We knew he was a pretty solid player and a good hitter. He just did a great job this weekend. Got good pitches to hit. Came up big for us at a lot of spots. I think we thought he was 10 for 10, but and he even had a sac bunt late in the 3rd game to move runners up, and Dave Johnson tripled the center to score 2. So he came up big in little ways as well.
This upcoming week is kind of a big week. Good stretch as you have a conference doubleheader against Central on Tuesday. But how do you prepare your pitchers on such short rest, only going 2 or 3 days?
Good question. What we did is basically Chris Dorff probably wouldn't have started the 9 on Friday night had we not had this midweek game. And he, like I said before, he's kind of a rubber arm, a kid that can throw on coming back on short rest. And so we normally probably would have started Mike in the 9-inning game on Friday, but decided to start Chris and then give him an extra day of rest so he could come back on Tuesday. And that's also why we didn't really go to Ruley in either of those games on Saturday. We just want to make sure he was fresh as well. So we have 2 good guys coming back, and then we'll probably move Chris Dorff to the Saturday game to obviously give him another day's rest as well going into the weekend.
And as we mentioned earlier, 5-0 in the Iowa Conference. Right now you're the last undefeated team in the conference. How do you keep that going against Central on Tuesday, and then to close the week you have Wartburg coming up?
Well, I mean, being undefeated doesn't really factor into anything. I think, if we get through the season undefeated, it'll be a special year. But to be honest, we got to play well. You got to play well every week. The conference is always tough. Central will be good. They're always scrappy. Hopefully our pitching matches up pretty well. And then again, coming back into Wartburg, everything changes a little bit with these midweek games because it stretches your pitching out a little bit. So, we just got to continue to play well. I think we're going to get better. Right now we're throwing it pretty well and playing solid defense and hitting it here and there. But I really think our bats are going to come around as well, hopefully sooner than later.
All right, well, best of luck this week to you, Coach. Thanks for coming on as well.
You bet.
Remember, the Storm will host Central in a doubleheader Tuesday at McBride Field beginning at 3:30, and then we'll be traveling to Waverly for a 3-game set Friday and Saturday. For head coach Ben Blake, I'm Gabe Gilson, and this has been the Simpson Storm Coaches Show.
All right.